Hello and welcome to She's a Keeper with myself, Charlene Smith,
Pippa Monique
and Helen Lucas.
And today we are here to discuss the Premier League fixture, Brentford versus Arsenal, which resulted in a 1-1 draw. Now, obviously, quite a disappointing result because Man City are closing in on that points gap. So, 3 points was absolutely crucial to keep that distance between them. However, it's closing in slowly. What did you guys make of the result?
Horrible result. I mean, like we said in the preview, I said it was always going to be a tough fixture. I mentioned the players they have that could cause damage to us. I mentioned Thiago. I mentioned the guy's name I got wrong at the time, Dango. Luckily for us, they wasn't on the score sheet, but Lewis Potter was. But Brentford have had a really good season. That's why they're fighting for Europe. So we knew it was going to be a tough game. I understand that. But just on paper, you just want to get those 3 points. And when you see the way we was playing and the opportunities we've had chances to score. So just score them. And that's what frustrated me the most.
Absolutely. Helen, what was it for you?
I just feel gutted because we knew how hard it was going to be going there. And it was actually a really good game.
Yeah.
First half was awful from my perspective.
Yeah.
We were absolutely all over the place defensively. We missed Saliba
Really, I thought Mascara did well,
He did well second half.
Yeah, second half, definitely.
And I'm not even saying Mascara was the reason why we were all over the place first half. Gabriel was so shaky. Yeah. He was, by his usual standards, he looked out of place. It was like he'd never played in that back line before. And maybe in some respects that back line hasn't played together before because maybe he wasn't playing. No, he's definitely played with them. But anyway.
Yeah, but not as regularly.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what it was, but yeah.
And it's not just...
And also, so the defence, 2 changes in your back line at this level...
Changes everything.
Changes so much. But then that weren't the only problem. That was just one reason why it was so bad. Defensively, they were shaky. So then you need your midfielders, you need your creative players to then take control, take the pressure off them until they settle into the game. That did not happen.
Yeah, it was very
Eze, we need to talk about.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our friend Eze.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we was hoping to see Kai Havertz start, but he's picked up a muscular injury. So, I mean, when I saw Eze on the score sheet, I thought, okay,
score sheet, honey.
Score sheet.
I was hoping so.
On the starting 11, excuse me. I was thinking, okay, this is exciting. It's an opportunity now for him to really shine. Exactly. Because when's the last time he started a Premier League game? It was last year, December.
Yeah.
So, that was his opportunity. But he didn't quite look, like the same exciting Eze player that we normally see.
Yeah, I really, really like Eze. I rate him as a footballer. I think on the ball, you can see how good he is. But for whatever reason, I don't know if he's just lacking confidence, but I don't even think it's confidence because he seems happy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's, I don't think it's a confidence thing. I don't know if he's not understanding the demands or what Mikel wants from him individually or what it takes for anyone to be a player maybe in this team right now. The work rate. He doesn't move. He's not... It's like he's just stagnant. And at times I know he's not scared of having the ball, but when he's got the ball... Lots of players don't want to come around him, so you can see he's hard to take the ball off. But then when he's got it, he's not expressing himself and imposing himself in the game and taking control, which yesterday was a perfect opportunity for him to do that. Zubimendi was a little bit missing yesterday too. So for me, this was the perfect match for him to just literally ball. He had the space. As well. In other games, you're not going to get that space.
Do you know what I think it is? I feel like attacking players don't thrive as much as they should under Mikel Arteta.
Yeah.
And I feel like because we've scored from so many different positions on the pitch and where we are in the league, it masks over the fact that our attacking players don't do what they should. Odegaard does not score and assist as much as he should do. Eze stepped into his team and he's not doing as well as everyone expects him to do. Trossard, yes, he's our most clinical striker but doesn't get enough goals. Martinelli doesn't get enough goals. Saka doesn't get enough goals. Our attacking players don't flourish under Arteta as much as they should do because he plays such defensive football and everything starts from the back. That's why we say us in particular say like one of our key players are our strongest players are Gabriel, Saliba, Raya, Timber,
Yeah.
because those are the ones that are going to get 10 out of 10 performances, because we play to their strengths when we play defensive football, and when we try to score us on set pieces and counter attacks. But players that are attacking players like Eze and Saka, they should be thriving.
But this is the point I'm making. In a game like yesterday, where our defence was going to be under pressure because of the changes, before that team's gone out, in that dressing room, like pre-match, the whole day, they would have known who was playing.
Yeah.
Surely there would have been certain conversations. For me, common sense is, do not give pressure to your defence for the first half an hour, if you can help it. Let them settle in, let them become familiar with each other. Pattern of play, start building up. Do you get what I mean? We didn't do that.
Yeah.
It was like all of our front players, and I'm talking first half because it was a completely different game second half, but first half, it was like they were scared to be involved in the game. Like no one was picking up that ball and doing anything with it. Attacking wise.
Yeah, there was no, that's what I'm saying, there was no outlet options to attack.
But there was, because there was nothing from the middle either. You've got, like, you need somebody. Declan was fantastic second half. He was our best player in the middle by a mile.
Yeah, and that's why no one will get onto him for what he did in the game, because there was
100%.
we're going for a title, and it's very hard to get onto Declan Rice. You can hardly get onto him. But
he was mopping up everything at the back.
Yeah, he done amazing.
So,
but it's 1-1, you've got the chance to go 2-1 up. I don't care if Joffrey is our striker.
Yeah.
I don't care if you want to give him a goal because of whatever reason.
No,
you're in front of the goal, just put it in the back of the net.
I agree.
Why are you
but
passing
I don't. For me, it ain't even about that particular incident. My point is, if he's the one doing all of the work in every inch of that
he's
pitch,
covering everywhere.
he was covering, and he was like your sweeper, sweeping up everywhere.
Yeah.
No problem. You can't expect him to be the one creating.
I know, but he had a chance to just poke it. Poke it. Why are you passing it to the left for?
He did, and that'll haunt him.
Yeah, because that's 2-1 game change.
That's his bread and butter. He bangs in way harder shots than that.
Yeah.
So I just think, in the moment, I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he got a call to pass. I don't know. But yeah, he should have.
Some playing it too smart.
Yeah,
simple.
Too many
exactly.
touches. Yeah.
Do you think they're instructed to have a certain amount of touches?
I hope not.
Something.
It's like that.
Sometimes it comes across that way, you know, and we've said previously that sometimes it can come across as if they're overcoached,
overdoing it,
and it's just they're not able to just express themselves.
And that's another thing I mentioned about Eze as well. I feel like he's overloaded with information. He's quite expressive. How he's just like, oh no, I'm meant to defend right now, or can I go back? Should I dribble and go forward? Should I go and take a shot, or does Arteta want me to sit here and find a pass and play it out wide?
He just looks frozen.
Yeah,
there's too much information.
He's trying to process maybe what the instructions were. But I know he's intelligent, so I don't even want to sort of like dumb him down and say that's the reason why. I don't, because he can. Like, I know he's an intelligent player, but like I know with Tierney, a lot of conversations I've had, people were saying he couldn't really understand to play all the information and the overload.
Look, we've seen from the All or Nothing documentary how in depth Arteta goes into things, how philosophical.
Philosophical.
Thank you. Philosophical he is.
I can't even say that.
And all the things he brings into play that has you thinking when you're not even on the pitch. It's like maybe sometimes not everyone wants to be doing all that extra information.
Yeah,
sometimes put a ball at their feet and let them take on a player and bang.
But that's what I was hoping for with Eze in this particular match, that it would be his time to kind of almost shine again. And so I was very gutted.
Yeah, and I guess as well, I mean, as we've seen, evidently, it's taken time for the players like Saka, who's been there from early on, who, when we noticed them, struggling with these instructions, to now understand it and to be able to play and express themselves. But where we're at right now, in terms of trying to win trophies this season, perhaps Mikel Arteta might need to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, I just think this is a player thing. For me, whatever your game plan is pre-match, fine. But once you're in that game, you're the one in it. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Only you have the power to make that difference. So if you can feel it's not working, whatever the instructions were, when you've got that ball and you see space, use it.
Exactly.
It's it's not that hard.
100%.
And I think that's why I feel a bit frustrated, because we had opportunities.
Speaking of opportunities, when we mentioned in our pre-match preview, or I predicted starting 11, who went to start, who went to come off the bench. I said Martinelli is better off the bench because he's like a cheat code with his impact play. He's got the speed, his pace, everything. So when he came on and Timbers threw on goal and he plays it to Martinelli and everyone's expecting Martinelli to one touch bang. And he takes the touch. Sorry, not one. Do you know what I mean? Like the one touch is the shot. But he takes the extra shot, and I'm just like, what's going on here? That's like the dying moments. That is the winner. You're the super sub.
He just took a bad touch. As in, not even a bad touch. He took the touch and then he showed it too much to the keeper. No, you give the keeper the opportunity to then place himself, spread himself, make himself big. And at that close proximity, you got to lift it over him to make clear on goal, and he didn't get that away. And
I mean, we can't really get onto. Obviously, we can because we're coming from an Arsenal perspective.
Just came on though.
But that's what he does. He can do that, and at this level of the game and this part of the season, you want your super sub to do that. But 100%. I know we can't really get onto our players because we're speaking from an Arsenal perspective. But if you look at Brentford, they should have scored. They should have won 3-1. Thiago missed crazy chances. And he was a player I said we should watch out for. And it was very lucky for us that he wasn't on top form. And
Mosquera did fantastically. So even though I'm saying did we miss Saliba, and I do believe we did miss Saliba. However, Mosquera, all right, first half the defence weren't great. I have to say for me, my best player on the pitch was Hincapié. He has been consistently performing. What a prospect. So it's like light and day. From having some shaky games, he is...
he's like a different player now already.
God, absolutely integral defensively. He was solid. Going forward, every chance was him assisting before he went off. I don't know why he went off. He would not have been a player I would have taken off personally.
Who did he come off for again?
Calafiori. For me, them substitutes. The timing that Noni came off
was ridiculous. As soon as he came off, he conceded. Not saying that if he was on the pitch, we wouldn't have conceded. But do you know what I mean? Like, it's just the timing is just mad.
The momentum of that moment is just scored. For me, leave him on another.
Because Saka was getting ready to come on,
he was,
and then he scored. I'll be like, do you know what? Now he's on fire.
Sit him back down. We were on top in that moment.
Exactly.
We were. You know, like because it was a
game of swinging momentum.
Swinging. And at that point, we'd rode the tide from Brentford and we were on top. We just scored. For me, I wouldn't have changed anything. You've got to leave them to be on top
100%.
And then make your substitutions 5 minutes, maybe even 10. Because we might have gone on. Noni was causing chaos. Keep him on. He's unpredictable. Him and Hincapié, for me, were our best two players in the whole game. Regardless of who scored.
And Rice.
Rice was Rice was phenomenal. He was integral. But anything positive from an offensive perspective was them two for me. Like they were causing problems all night. So Mikel, I don't want to dig you out, but I don't understand them.
It's horrible to be in that position because, like, if Saka comes on and scores, Arteta's a genius.
But
the fact that we've conceded, it's like, oh, why did you make those subs? So it's always so hard, but you expect, because if you're Brentford, you're thinking, oh God, Saka's coming on. You're thinking, but Saka's not on form right now, so maybe they're not thinking that.
No, they're thinking minutes. I think it was purely. I understand why he done it. He's coming back from injury. He needs minutes. He just wanted to give him 20 minutes. Like it would have been.
But we needed the 3 points.
No. But this is why I'm saying sometimes your game plan has to go out the window, and you have to go by the game in the moment. And even though your box tick was Saka, the doctors are saying he needs 20 minutes. I understand that. But
Wigan, 20 minutes against Wigan, bro.
Well, maybe
it doesn't matter about the level. If you want 20 minutes, get 20 minutes.
Do you get what I mean? This is my thing. But again, I'm not a manager. I'm just looking at it from my sort of head. And my head is saying, Noni was balling out. He was causing them chaos. He was your outlet. He was that outlet that was giving them problems. I would not have taken him off. Him and Hincapié, maybe take him off in another 10 minutes. But at that point, and it was through them two going off, for me, the two people that were at error in the goal were them two. Odegaard has come on. Like obviously, and again, I'm not saying, but because of they've come on and then they've got that throw-in, which was like coming on at a set piece moment. Noni, if you were watching all the set pieces or any of their danger in that area, Noni was the one always hooking that ball away and getting us out of trouble. You need him
they
for
were
his
causing us
pace.
chaos on set
Yeah, they
pieces.
were.
Yeah.
So we needed Noni for his pace, his
Unpredictability.
unpredictability. For a lot of reasons, but anyway, that's my little moan.
No, I hear it. And do you know what we were saying in our preview that, you know, like, thanks to the Brentford staff for giving us your set piece coach, but it looks like they've recovered with that, because with the set pieces, they do exactly what we do. They're causing chaos in the box, so many players in the 6-yard box. Covering the keeper, blocking the keeper, pushing, like doing the most. And you don't even know where to look. Even me watching, I'm like, what's going on here? So how does Raya know where to defend? There was a lot going on, and it worked because Lewis Potter was able to just get that head on the ball. Odegaard was nowhere. He didn't even know which way to turn.
I mean, little interesting fact, did you know their manager was their set piece coach before he got given the job?
Yeah, of course.
Just in case you know. So of course they're good at set pieces. And I mean,
he looks so young as well. He's young, isn't he?
He's young, I really like him.
Yeah, he's got character. He was swearing a lot though.
He got a yellow.
Was you there on TV as well? Yeah, he was swearing. Every time they were doing it, he was like, effing this, effing that. I was like, what?
And I'll tell you what I loved the most, the way he celebrated when they scored. He jumped
on Henderson. I was thinking, don't injure your player.
I love that.
No, it's good. And they deserve it. I mean, obviously we want the 3 points, but they deserved that point, and they actually deserved 3 points.
They earned the point. We didn't quite. If Martinelli had scored that goal, if Rice or if the ifs and ifs, you know, if we put our chances away, we could have won 3-1. If they put their chances, they could have won 3-1. Because they had, so a draw is realistically, based on everything that took place in the game, a fair reflection of the game, and it's a fair reflection of the two informed teams. Really, we knew what Brentford are about. We knew what they bring.
Pep's watching, rubbing his hands out. Okay, here we go again. The points gap is getting closer. We've been here before. Yeah.
Do you know, when I saw that starting 11, part of me, I just got a bad feeling. Initially, prior to the game, I thought, do you know what? Brentford are going to be tough, but we're going to be able to get a result. And I was feeling confident.
What scared you, Charlene?
The moment I saw the starting 11, I saw that, all right, Kai and Saliba are not available.
Kai weren't available
already. I was like, okay, I've got a bad feeling. It was just from then, and I was actually going to post something saying I ain't got a good feeling about this game. Exactly, and let me not jinx anything. And then I was like, I just knew it. From when that first half, that performance, I was just like, I knew it. So I was just glad we didn't lose. But partly as well, is it the pressure? Because it seems like...
It's not pressure.
What is it then?
Because it is injuries, but we have got other good players that can deliver, that have delivered.
That should deliver as well.
Exactly, but every time when we got to capitalise on these points, we always drop points.
Do not underestimate the amount of injuries we've had, and I'm not using that as an
key
excuse,
players as well.
But like, I'm basing it purely on yesterday. Forget the whole season, but Kai was a breath of fresh air coming back. He is integral to the play, the football that Mikel wants to play now. Unfortunately, Odegaard, other players don't give us the direct straight balls, the directness of Kai Havertz, Gyökeres gets much less service with certain players. It was evident last night.
And I think that's why Rice did that pass.
100%.
As soon as you do that, I think I know why you're doing that, mate, but it's just not the time. You don't remember 3-1 up.
So, unfortunately, it is what it is. It does. I was fine until I saw Saliba out. That threw me. Because then I knew it's too many changes. Kai, one change out, and if Saliba and we had our usual back line, we would have been able to cope. We had 3 major changes in the back line and with Kai. That's a big change. There are a lot of changes, and it's not like, and everyone else, Saka, they're all coming back. Odegaard, they're coming back. They're not ready to step in. They're not up to speed. They're not up to anything right now for where we are in these crucial games. You're playing Brentford, the best team right now on paper, on form. You need whoever's starting to be ready, and unfortunately Eze coming in, he ain't looking ready. Unfortunately, Odegaard, he ain't ready, even though he was amazing when he came on, but he's not ready to come in to face your hardest opponent, you're weak with your numbers. Yeah, we've got a fantastic squad. Yes, we do. But the components of the players missing had a massive effect in that particular game last night. That's my point. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Do you think had we had Saliba and Kai, is it a completely different experience?
100%.
Do we get the 3 points?
I don't know. But
I don't know if we would have got the 3 points. I'm not saying that, but I know we would have had a much better first half than what we had. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying by no means I don't feel entitled that we have to win every game. It's going to be hard to win every game. It's, only one team's ever done that, ever. So that shows the magnitude of how hard it is to go a whole season unbeaten.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying we would have been a lot better first half. We were shaky. And all of that has a knock-on effect. And you saw that through the whole game. Yes, we got stronger second half. But we didn't have enough.
Yeah, no, totally agree with you. And obviously just disappointing, but it just goes to show, where the standards have been set, because it's like, we didn't actually lose the game, we got a draw.
No,
but it feels like a defeat.
Yeah. It feels like a defeat.
So deflating.
But on a positive, we were very good second half. And that is a really good positive to take. Because
100%.
Given the last minute changes, because I don't know exactly what was going on with Saliba, I heard on the TV he was ill.
Yeah.
So maybe it was like a 24-hour last minute thing where everything got shuffled around.
Yeah.
So, given all the circumstances, to go to Brentford and come away with a point is a brilliant, it's not the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah.
Obviously, I wanted 3 points.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect. But against an informed Brentford team to come away with a draw and not lose, we've got to see that as a positive.
Yeah, 100%.
You've got to take
I know we're talking about Brentford v Arsenal, but I have to ask, how are you actually feeling about Pep and Man City at this current moment in time? I know everyone says focus on ourselves, but it's really impossible to do that. It's very impossible to do that when someone's chasing you.
Yeah.
They're going to keep chasing, but we need to stay on our game. We need to be confident. We need to just pray we don't keep having these injuries.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that is the biggest problem. Man City had the injuries. They were dropping points everywhere. Don't get it
beginning of the
twisted.
season, remember, and everyone's forgetting about that.
Yeah, they went out in January and they did the business they needed.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know what our budget was like. Maybe
But we didn't really need to do anything in January.
but we could have seen we were lacking a bit of creativity. Maybe, I don't know. A few goals. I'm not saying, but if you got to move bold, if you want to be the best, you make those moves at the right time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we could have bought someone. I don't know. Maybe then things would be different. Then when Kai's injured again, when so many injuries, I don't know. I don't know what the answers are.
I love how you didn't answer my question.
Just swerve it round.
Politician.
Am I scared of Man City? You can't be ignorant. They're proven winners. They're consistent. He's a consistent winner, Pep. I mean, Pep's little prodigy is Mikel.
Yeah.
Can he
get over the line? And we've got to face them so many times.
Yeah, I'm more worried about that.
That's the scary bit.
Yeah, I'm more worried about the amount of times we're going to have to face them. Potentially we're going to face them in the Champions League, maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully they go out so we don't. But,
And then we've got 3 massive points to gain in the league when we go play them.
And we're going to have them in the final. And we could maybe
have them in the FA Cup, possibly.
In the FA Cup,
insane.
It's actually becoming a very entertaining season.
Entertaining?
For
Man United fans,
Yeah.
Not for us.
For the neutrals.
I just feel a bit frustrated because obviously you just want to maximise that points gap, and we know what Man City are capable of, and especially when it comes to this last segment of the season, we know they can pull something together and get through, and this is where we seem to burn out a bit.
It's annoying.
So
girls, we haven't burnt out. Listen,
not burnt out, but
unfortunate
prior seasons.
Circumstances this week with Kai being the injuries that I sound repetitive on.
Yeah.
Saliba being ill, injured, whatever. They are factors for me. So, and because City have won now, everyone's like, oh, they're chasing
Yeah.
you, but we're 4 points clear.
But that's the narrative though.
We
Because
just
a few
need
weeks
to
ago it
keep
was
that
9 points, or
4.
it could have been 11 points, and now it's 4. It's like, whoa,
Yeah,
it's
but-
happening again. That's going to be the narrative. It's happening
It's a
again.
narrative, and
Yeah.
we've got PTSD.
Yeah, I have.
We have. So
That's why you see when I see all this Arsenal, these new Arsenal content creators, I just like and move along. I'm not. Yeah, you lot haven't been here. Maybe you have, but you lot haven't been here.
We know the real pain.
Bro, like it's we can be all toxic positivity, like all this fake. Or maybe you are positive, all this fake positivity, like Arsenal gonna win the league, guys. Don't worry, it's only for shush. Of course we be worried. Been it 3 years in a row.
yeah, no, I am worried, but like, am I? Like, we just got to
Do our
focus
business,
on
yeah.
our own business.
100%.
Right, so where it becomes worrying is, can we go to City and win
That's
there?
we need.
That is the
That's
crucial
what we
one.
need
Yeah.
to do. It's the psychological war path, the war games with Pep that Mikel is 100% going to be switched on for. Can he keep his emotions intact? Can he go there? And I've witnessed us go there. We've been there. We've sat in the stand. You know, we go to games. We're not just creating content because we're bored. But like, we're not. Because some people might be. We're not that. And sorry.
No pun intended. Go on.
I hear it.
But sorry, I was just remembering the pain of being
Driving that long drive,
Yes.
and it's more than once you've been Etihad and lost.
My
and
point being, I'm remembering being at the Etihad when we got whooped, because I'm talking about the emotions, when our players could not keep their emotions intact. When Xhaka got us sending off, we go down to 10 men, we got battered
5-0.
5 that day. So when I'm saying, I'm not saying about no content, like I'm saying we don't do
Keep
this.
the content up. We love it.
You know, we love all the content. We love it, but it pains us deeply because we've sat there doing those long drives, journeys everywhere, all over the country, and to get so close. I really want this team. I really want Mikel to get over the line.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I really
Deserve
do.
it.
Like, they do deserve it, and that's why I'm backing them, and I'm trying to be positive.
And keep that belief and that faith in the team.
Because I do believe we can. 100%. We can.
We're still in it.
We're in it. We're the leaders. We're 4 points
100%.
clear. We can do it. It's in our control. It's our destiny. We hold our own destiny.
100%.
And that's what I want to back them. I do back them. I want them to win.
Yeah.
I want them to win I want them to win everything. I sat here doing a show saying we can win everything. Boy, is that going to get clipped up if, like.
Well, there's a lot of things that's going to be clipped on, not just from us, from all
But
these
I'm
content
saying,
creators.
I believe we have all of the components to do that,
Yeah.
but the injuries are so not being kind to us.
Yeah.
And it's so disheartening that please just give us our players and let them have a run with no injuries, because all of our players have been injured. And I know Tottenham have got serious injuries. Like, it's not just
But they're
us.
suffering worse than us.
Yeah, they are, because their squad depth isn't ours. Like, everyone can say we've got the best squad depth, but so many of that squad is injured.
Exactly.
And that's what's hard. And I know City are in the same position. They've got lots of injuries, but it just seems like either their squad depth is enriched a bit more, or they're adding in January to in the areas where they knew. And I don't know, are we going to come up short because we didn't? It was, I don't know. I hope not.
Likewise.
I really hope not. I feel like we're like, woo, down here right now.
So I guess ultimately we just got to hope and pray that for the remainder of the season we stay as injury free as we possibly can.
Not even a sneeze, guys. Like, healthy as well.
Get plenty of rest and recovery. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Do get active in the comments and let us know your thoughts on the result. Brentford won, Arsenal won. We really do want to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Charlene.
I'm Pippa Monique.
And I'm Helen Lucas.
And we're signing out. Bye for now.